What's up, everybody? The world's a better place because you are here to join us. My name is Matt Brown, and I'm the host of the Productive Conversations podcast. And we're about to talk about the crazy things that took place in our world this past week across sports, news, entertainment, and culture. And before we do that, I just want to remind you to like and subscribe to the Productive Conversations podcast on all podcast platforms and YouTube. And don't forget to check out exclusive content regarding the show across all social media platforms on Instagram at Productive Conversations Podcast, X and Twitter at ProdConvoPod. We're on TikTok at ProdConvoPod and Facebook at Productive Conversations. And don't you all forget to check out our presenting sponsor, Magic Mind. The show has been brought to you by the world's first productivity shot. And in this crazy world where we're dealing with work, stress, life, podcasts, dating, or lack thereof, and you're just trying to clear your mind and get ready for the world ahead, check out the world's first productivity shot in Magic Mind with its matcha special ingredients, its nootropics. I should say special ingredients like matcha, nootropics, special vitamins, all of that. It gives you a clear mind, makes you feel so much better, and it helps you go about your day. So go to magicmind.com/PCJune for 48% off your first subscription or 20% of your first one-time purchase. That's magicmind.com/PCJune for 40% of your first subscription or 20% of your first one-time purchase. Your mind will be cleared. You will feel so much better. And I promise you, life will be a little easier. And it tastes good. So check out the episode description below for the information there. Magic Mind, reclaim your brain. Ryan and Jose are joining me on this beautiful Feel Good Friday, and it is the 5th of September. What's up, everybody?
How's it going? Happy to be here. Happy Friday, everybody.
What's up, fellas?
Oh,
Not
it's good.
much.
It's good to see you. First Friday of the fall, technically. Football has started. And just a reminder, don't forget to check out on Monday night our recap of week 2 of the college football season and week 1 of the NFL season, dropping on Monday night. Ryan will join me with the college football. And yeah, I'm just feeling good, getting ready for the cool fall weather to come by, and another day for smiling. How
Indeed.
about you guys?
No, I agree. It's another day for smiling. I like that. Every day is another day for smiling when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, next week is the Feast of San Gennaro in the city. I'm just counting the days.
Huh.
That's right. San Gennaro taking place all September long in Little Italy, Manhattan. Hey, that's a
Yeah.
good chance.
Well,
Maybe we'll
it's
get some
only
Emmy
2 weeks,
reviews.
kid. Don't
Oh,
be,
two
don't,
weeks.
it's, yeah, 2 weeks. And then you get the Big E kiddos right after.
Exactly.
Ah.
Regardless, though, fall festivities is on its way. So we are going to enjoy that when the time comes, but also listen to us on your way there or your way back.
Mhm.
But yeah, let's talk about what took place this past weekend. And yeah, as just a reminder, next week, NFL week 1 recap Monday, college football recap Monday, tweet cap on Tuesday, sports show on Wednesday. Sorry, sports show on Thursday, and then Friday we have another tweet cap after that. So
Yep,
let's
yep.
do it, gentlemen. Let's talk about what's going on in our world. So let's begin with what's going on in the NBA, right? We got some messy details coming
Mhm.
from who Bill Simmons once accused of being a fake journalist. Well, ever since he dropped the story regarding Jordan Hudson and Bill Belichick, I think there was another one in there, but Pablo Torre gave this very revealing news regarding the NBA and specifically the Los Angeles Clippers. All right. It was reported that a $20 million endorsement deal between Kawhi Leonard and the now bankrupt financial services company Aspirations turned out to be something that you're not allowed to do. All right, so we had the Clippers owner, Steve Ballmer from Microsoft. He invested a significant amount in this company known as Aspiration. And there was this no-show deal that claimed that Leonard signed a 4-year, $28 million endorsement deal with this company, Aspiration, that has since gone bankrupt. And it's actually known to perform little to no actual promotional work for the company. And the inside source cited that the purpose of this deal was to, quote, circumvent the salary cap. An implication is that this was a way for Leonard to receive additional compensation from the team's ownership without counting it against the official salary cap. That's not allowed because, according to the NBA's collective bargaining agreement, the CBA, it strictly prohibits teams from paying players for services outside their official contracts to get around the salary cap, i.e., paying them under the table. So that's the allegation. The NBA is investigating it right now. There's nothing that is substantial yet. It's all allegations, and they're investigating. But what could happen if found guilty? They could get fined up to $4.5 million for the first offense. They might have to forfeit first-round draft picks, and that's for a team that could really use draft picks right now. That is something that they definitely don't want to experience. And contracts or transactions could be voided by the league as well from this. But the Clippers have denied this. Steve Ballmer has denied this. And we will ultimately see if it's true or not. But all in all, guys, allegedly the Clippers are paying players under the table, specifically Kawhi Leonard. Obviously, when he's healthy, he's as good as it gets at the forward position, even though he's aging now. But yeah, this is very strange. And all I thought about, guys, was how common is this probably going around in sports? And during this report, Pablo Torre is on the Dan Patrick show. He said he's looking into a Jalen Brunson related story. He signed an extension for $113 million, which at the time felt like was a cut to it, was him taking a salary cut. But now we're seeing, what about these other players getting salary cuts? Did Tom Brady do that his whole career? Is Patrick Mahomes doing that right now? I'm just wondering, how common is this actually? And the thing is, this is the Clippers, pretty much a cursed franchise. They haven't even been to the conference finals. They've always been bad, despite having probably the newest and coolest arena. So in that sense, I'm in terms of not caring too much about it, but it's just wondering, how common is this?
Does it really help the Clippers anyway? They freaking stink.
Exactly. They're bad to begin with for a player that's often hurt all the time. If you were going to pay him under the table,
Right.
They picked
the wrong superstar to do this with. I'll tell you that.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, so obviously this is not allowed, but you are presumably allowed to sign an endorsement deal with a star basketball player for your nonprofit or whatever the heck it was for trees. It was something crazy like that. It was like the point of what they were doing. I don't. This is hard to prove unless they wrote it down somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Like, I would just be
This
honest.
is fake.
This is hard to prove unless someone wrote down, well, we can only pay you this much, Kawhi, but we're willing to make up the difference with this no-show job as a spokesperson for this company that barely exists. Like, they have an employee say that like claim that it was in fact done to circumvent the salary cap. But the employee is not from the Clippers. It's from this company, this now bankrupt company. So I'm just like, I don't necessarily know why that guy would be looped into the situation. Uh, yeah, I think this will be hard to prove. It'll be interesting to see if they do prove it. But I think your other point, and probably the more important point, whether or not it's even provable, and I'm not certain that it is, I think there's going to become this anytime any player takes anything even close to a cut in salary, there's going to be a chorus of people who don't like said player accusing them of doing something exactly like this. This is going to
i.e.
become
Tom Brady.
Right. This is going to literally become a new witch hunt in the sports community. Anyone you don't like is officially taking money under the table. That's exactly how this is going to go. And you know what's going to end up happening when we do that?
What's happening?
They're going to end up just making it allowed.
You think so?
Yes, if everyone gets accused of it.
This would definitely excite a players association. It's just that the owners would.
I mean, do you know what this kind of sounds like?
What?
It kind of sounds like an NIL deal.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Realistically, it's like the schools can give you some money. You can sign their own deal with them, but then you could get endorsements from brands. You can get endorsements from organizations. Like I said, what's his name? Not Barstool, but literally Dave Portnoy, if I'm not mistaken, has an NIL deal with some Michigan player. Like just his money to a Michigan player. You know what I mean? Like so it's
That's
like yeah,
wild.
it feels like what's gonna end up happening is we're all gonna take this very funny, frankly, idea that Kawhi Leonard was pretending to plant trees or something, and we're going to take that and we're going to basically meme ourselves into a world where everybody will just literally get sponsored by their own individual billionaire to play sports. And I think that's horrible. So I would refrain from the wild speculation that
Is
I
it though?
know is going to happen. I would say that's horrible, yes. But again, if it were me, I would use that as refraining from the wild speculation that every athlete you don't like is secretly taking money under the table from a billionaire. But no one listens to me.
I mean, there's only one way of stopping it. I mean, for NBA, they that's the last thing they want to do is prove that he did it. Because
I don't
in the
think they
next,
can. Again, I don't believe they
well,
can.
I don't. Even if they can, they wouldn't. In their best interest, they wouldn't say that. Because then the next step is how do you stop it? And then how do you stop it? There's only one way: no
You
cap.
get rid of.
So yeah, you're going baseball route, which baseball already does. Their billionaires are already paying their top players, whatever. So obviously,
Yeah.
no matter what the outcome of this is, nothing's gonna really happen at all because the NBA is just not gonna go that route.
I mean, think about this though, and like in all seriousness. So you get rid of the cap, right? Obviously, that means the teams can pay whatever they want, which means the richer the team, the better the team.
The Lakers be
Um,
winning.
right. But like also, there's a world where if you keep the cap and you just don't, this loophole still exists. Like same thing happens as we point out. The Clippers aren't particularly good. The Lakers, like you just said, they would be winning if they didn't have a salary cap. Well,
Hmm.
maybe, but they do have a salary cap, and they're fine. But
Well, I wouldn't say
it's
like
just
I
like,
say any big city team, like small
yeah,
market teams like Memphis ain't gonna win it. Ain't never gonna see a title.
yes and no though, because what if some independent
They would have
billionaire
to.
from Tulsa is like, I want you to win. I'm gonna start a charity for
See,
blind dogs.
okay. It's hard because when you're talking about drafting, all right, with baseball, you got like fucking forever rounds, and you're pretty much are just
So it
hit
won't
and
be in the
miss.
draft. It won't be the draft. It would be related to free agency. You can't
Well,
change the
right.
draft at all.
Well,
Like
Corey, well, I
incoming
mean,
incoming rookies are always going to be paid roughly the same. That doesn't have to change from this. This is
but yeah,
specifically about free agency.
but what I'm saying for small market teams that has no money, you're built.
Yeah.
It's like look at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay did everything because of the draft, and plus it has that rule where a player can't hit free agency after 6 years.
Mm,
So unless the NBA is willing to do some bullshit like that, which
hmm
they're probably not, the NBA, the players union is not going to agree to that at all.
hmm Yeah.
So then you're kind of stuck because the NBA, when you're betting the lottery, your top 15 is like surely guaranteed. Outside of that, you're fucked. Especially if you're trading your picks away, you're fucked. So I
I
mean,
don't know. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I don't think it'll be a problem because I don't think they can prove it.
oh yeah. Well, and even if, like I said, even if they could, even if there was a fucking note saying, "Hey, Kawhi, I'm gonna pay you this. Just act like this would be cool." They're still never good. They're not gonna admit that shit. They might fine them.
I mean, they can't fight him. If they admit there was fault, they have to admit there was
Worst
fault.
comes to worst. Worst
Adam
comes to
Silver
worst.
called it the cardinal sin of the NBA. So, like,
Okay, I'm
if
s-
they admit,
it's
sure,
again.
whatever.
That's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
But
Right, but I'm
it's
saying
just
he
everybody.
called it that.
I
So
don't
it's
know. Oh, no,
like,
I know. I'm saying
yeah.
I'm more criticizing him.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like
But
Adam
if you say
Sandler,
that,
guys, when he first got in, what was it, 2014, when
it's
he
a long
took
time ago.
over,
Yeah.
he
Hmm.
was the best commissioner.
Yeah.
Are
Now
you serious?
in terms of
Listen,
popularity, people
He
loved what
was,
he was
everyone,
doing, and he
yeah.
was holding down
I don't
Donald
know about
Sterling.
that. That
And now people don't take him that seriously.
No, but
One of the
my point,
commissioners, to be
yeah.
fair, but
My,
he was leading. He was taking the lead on that.
I
Yeah,
think
but I
so
felt like
too.
David Stern was spearheading that, and then he just piggybacked piggybacked off Tim, and then this is where now all David Stern's work is pretty much gone and done with, and now it's just his,
Yeah,
and that's why it's like, oh, sure,
Stearns was strict. He was
right.
stern, literally the name. He was a he was the great GM in that sense. And yeah, I could see that, I could see that going,
Because
but
look at
sadly he
it,
passed away,
yeah.
so we'll never know. God rest his soul.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you do want to take that away, he's just been a spearhead player. The player empowerment got way out of control. The ratings are really bad right now. So this is messy. So I think there's worse things than this for a
Oh
bad
yeah.
team
When
to
is
play
next?
to pay under for a bad team to pay a player who's always hurt under the table.
I mean, they're a
Oh,
playoff team. It's
And you
just
said
can
when's
I
the
it's
just
CBA ending in 2027?
oh, there's gonna be a lockout for sure.
can I just
They're
say
gonna
real
try to
quick?
get an expansion in two in the next one.
Oh yeah.
I'm reading a Yahoo article on this too, and it's not the only one I've read on it. There seems to be like this genuine like shock and like frankly it
Shock.
sounds no shock, but it sounds like people are most mad about the fact that he didn't do anything.
Silver.
No, Kawhi. I'm back
Oh
on
yeah, yeah.
Kawhi. Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
like
he's been hurt
the
this
whole
whole
point
the
of
whole Clipper
June. Yeah, June. No,
whole
I don't mean
Clipper
on the.
tenure's been bad.
I don't even mean that. I mean the scandals. Like he $28 million to do nothing. Like as if he had actually planted the trees or whatever, or done charity work, it would be fine. Like they're just. And I'm like, how you know how many CEOs do equivalent to nothing every day because they got a perfectly reasonable business that runs itself without
Yeah,
them
but
essentially.
you also have to see Kawhi Leonard's probably like one of the most disliked NBA
No,
players
no, no, no.
right
I know
now.
that. I find it
Disliked.
so funny that it's like
You like whoever says, "Yo, Kawhi Leonard is
Well, I
a
don't think he's
great."
disliked
I
as
don't
like
know if he's
dislike.
just
They
like
just
he's
don't
just not
care
the
There's a
most
about him.
popular.
Yeah.
who's
Yeah.
for God's sakes, he comes
Like
with
people who
dislike.
hate
Right.
him, like
Right,
LeBron's
this
I don't
I
know.
didn't
disliked.
say hey, I said dislike because let's get this right. If you're a freaking NBA fan and you're gonna see the Clippers, you're not even fucking sure if he's playing or not. If you're gonna
No,
see go to the
I,
Knicks and Clippers game, you're like, oh, Kawhi's
which
gonna
is
be there.
another
Yeah.
which
So
is
how is
another
he
bit
not?
to this whole no show. I'm like he's kind of a no
He's
show at his
yeah.
actual job
Is
sometimes.
exactly. So for me, it's like, how is he not the most disliked? You pay good money to to see an NBA game, let alone is a fucking Clippers coming to town, and you're not even fucking sure if he's playing. The best player, you're gonna be stuck with a fucking old ass Russell Westbrook. You didn't come to see him. You came to see fucking Kawhi Leonard play, and you're not even getting that. He don't do shit. He doesn't sign anything for the fans. You never see him in fucking meet and greets. You never see him do any charity events. You never see him do any sponsorship. He's just fucking standing there stone cold, not giving
You
two
know what,
fucks.
Jose? You've convinced me that they didn't pay him under the table. That this was a
Like
real
I
endorsement.
see
He
what you're
just
getting at, but
neglected to show
I
up
feel
to.
like
Yeah.
I see what you're getting at with Kawhi, but I just feel that his lore kind of actually almost excuses it. Like people, that's what they expect from him.
From
Yeah,
him,
but
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Like he's gonna when he retires, he's gonna go in a Ferrari, and we're never gonna see him again. Like typing.
you're damn
He's
right.
a
And
funny
you
guy. You ever see the Kevin Hart stuff with him laughing?
Mhm.
That Drake video. He's just
can we
that's
be on
him,
can we be on
and he's
can
led
we
two franchises to titles.
Yeah.
can we also be honest that A1 he had a shit ending, like a terrible ending with Pops in
Mm.
San Antonio. The only reason his career resurged is that fucking trade and Toronto win the title. If Toronto never won that title, if that bounce didn't get that extra bounce on the rim, we would not be talking about this motherfucker at all.
Well, it did, so that's
That's
why
Well,
we
it
right.
did.
are.
If wishes were fishes, the world would be an ocean, Jose.
Yes. For once I
Exactly,
agree.
guys. All right, let's go to another sports story. ESPN started their app that nobody's talking about.
Mm.
The NFL season is beginning. It began last night. We're still recording in the middle of the game. At this time, Dallas is only we have Dallas up 17-14 going in the half. So we'll see what
Woo.
happens there. Anyways, again, we'll talk more about that on Monday morning with the recap of week 1. But, they have these shows now. I mean, they're there. We talked about it in our main group chat. ESPN just they're just so big. It's not like I can boycott ESPN. I guess I could go hardcore, go like to the indie circuit for my sports stuff, but ESPN's so big that it's just there. You're inevitably going to see them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is something I'll give them credit for getting that influence, even if the tactical ways to get there, right? So, what we'll complain about, we have Ryan Clark, former NFL player, played for the Steelers. We have Dan Orlovsky, former horrible quarterback, played for the Lions. Stephen A is Stephen A. And they're talking on the morning show, right? First Take. And Ryan Clark might as well be Ryan Ragebait Clark. Like I'm gonna please let's try to make that stick. He said this mind-numbing quote that just again, we know what you're doing, and it worked. It worked. So good job for it, but I mean, there's gonna be a point where it's just like only Fox didn't fail when they had the chance. But so we're talking about Arch Manning, right? We'll see what he does this week. Who are they?
Old Archibald.
Who are they playing?
Oh, nobody.
Texas.
They're playing what's it called? They're playing like a tiny school in Texas.
Okay, FBS team. All right, we'll say FCS team, but for the sake of it. But talking about him, talking about generational talent at the quarterback position, and this is where we get to, right? He said, Ryan Clark said, quote, actually, no, let me play you the clip. Yeah?
Okay. That's not this week. That's next week. They're playing San Jose State University.
Okay, still.
Which is an FBS team, but it's still, yeah.
Yeah, we know the context there. Anyways, Ryan Clark says some mind-numbing stuff. So let me show you the mind-numbing stuff he was talking about.
Few of them. I think there's less than what you think. I think John Elway was a generational talent. I think Patrick Mahomes is a generational talent. I don't think Tom Brady, I don't think Drew Brees, I don't think Peyton Manning are generational talents. I think Andrew Luck ended up being a generational talent.
I don't think Tom Brady, I don't think Drew Brees, I don't think Peyton Manning are generational talents.
He does think Andrew Luck, though.
But Andrew Luck
made the cut.
I will say what he's trying to say is in college, they didn't give generational talent vibes, if you will. Whether it's their accuracy, their footwork, their arm strength. Nobody was like, wow, that is a generational talent regarding Brady, Brees, and Peyton Manning.
Do you take it? I took it as like the hype. Like Archie Manning has all this fucking.
No, I'm saying this is what he was saying.
Well, yeah,
I think it was just a dumb, mind-numbing thing just to get people riled up.
I don't know about that. I mean, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning didn't have the hype like Archie and Andrew Luck did during their the beginning of their career.
Right, but Andrew Luck had a mid-career in the NFL, and Arch Manning couldn't even pass on Ohio State.
Honestly, I took it.
And he got injured.
I didn't talk about NFL career. I took it as.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. Coming out of college, you weren't like, oh my God, these players. I
took it as I thought you took it. I thought it really like coming in the start of their freaking college career, like all this fucking hype coming in. About like you didn't have it with Tom Brady. Nobody gave a fuck who Tom Brady. Nobody gave a fuck who was Peyton Manning. None of them were.
Yeah, I think we have a word for that already, though. It's called athletic. And I don't know why we're using generational to describe athleticism. Arch Manning's an athletic dude. He can run fast. He has a good arm. Like, yeah, of course. Patrick Mahomes in college. Now, obviously, Patrick Mahomes is also very good in the NFL. But, yeah. And again, Patrick Mahomes didn't win really anything of like he wasn't necessarily the only successful quarterback when he was in college either. There are other people who are also quite successful. That's like kind of like saying like, oh, I'm trying to think of a good example. Who like I don't even know. I don't know. There is no really good example because everyone
of what like a player
of someone who is a winning quarterback coming into the league. Dylan Gabriel this year.
Wait, you're talking about somebody who was coming in Like Deshaun Watson had a great college career and started off as a great NFL career. You're talking about something like
No, I
that.
was saying the opposite of like they're very successful, but nobody is like, oh, this is a generational talent in college. Like again, Dylan Gabriel undefeated in Oregon last season. No one's like clamoring to see what he's going to do in Cincinnati because he's just some guy who played quarterback.
Cleveland, but yeah.
Sorry, yeah, Cleveland. But it's like he's just some dude, right? Like, yeah, that's because he's not as explosive or athletic as somebody,
Right, and that's what
like
I
Arch Manning.
assume Ryan Clark's dumbass was trying to imply, but I think he was just getting people shows like this to
Yeah.
talk about it.
Mhm.
Yes, they didn't come in as generational quarterbacks, but they became generational quarterbacks
So nobody
with their
comes
play.
in as a quote unquote generational quarterback. Like you can't. You have to succeed at something to
I
be
guess you know what
generational.
one example is so far Caleb Williams, a lot of people are hyped to start. And he
I,
was okay in his first year of the
Right.
NFL
He was
season.
fine. Yeah.
Now
I
we'll
just wish
see in
he.
his second offense with a second coach and what's
Yeah.
gonna happen there. Sorry,
I
But
just
Jose,
like
wish
you were
he didn't.
saying?
No, I just wish he didn't use. I just think the word generational. I think he meant
correct.
something
That's
else,
what
and
I
it's just.
mean. He
Uh,
doesn't mean generational. He means
yeah,
athletic. He means
I think he just.
explosive. He
Right.
means something else. And I would agree if he said something else. But generational and athletic are not the same thing. If you're saying a generational talent is just a dude who's a stud athlete, then how many people tore their knee in high school or in, freshman year of
Booby
college?
Miles.
And you'd be like, oh, that was a generational talent. No, he didn't do anything. You can't be generational if you've done nothing. I'm sorry, you just can't be. So, like, no, none of them are generational. To call Arch Manning generational right now is insane. What has he done? He's done
I mean, it
nothing.
just shows people who aren't watching the games, Ryan. And
Right,
now
but
there's high school footage of him coming out, and he looked only okay.
which is, by the way, fine.
Which he
He's
himself,
in
by
high
the way,
school.
said, "Why are you considering me for the Heisman?" Remember that? Did you
Yes,
catch that?
yes, I
So at
said he
least he's
wasn't going to do
self-aware of
it.
that.
Yeah, it's insane that he's considered for the Heisman. His
This is what
grandpa knew that They asked his grandpa. They were like, "Oh, is he going to the league?" And he goes, "No, he's staying in Texas." This is before. This is before a single snap this season. His grandpa, who is, by the way, a football player, he
Yeah, I
was
played
like,
in the
"No,
NFL a long
he's not
time.
ready, dude." Which he's not, and that's true. And everyone Manning knows it. Like
And
the
this is just
Mannings all know it. I don't know why, for some reason, the media doesn't.
the media doing what they have to hype
They
anything
need.
right
Yeah,
now.
they need to hype that freaking college football. What I mean,
They don't need
there's
to do
no.
it with Arch Manning though.
They need to put a name to the face. They need a
You know,
face for that. For
I would
college football, you need a face, and he's perfect. Like you had Shador Sanders last year, and that whole bullshit. And now you need a
dude, he was
storyline. You have it.
practically the face of it last year as the backup quarterback for Texas.
Yeah, but I mean, he's now more mainstream than ever. When you think college football, you think of Archie Manning right now.
and
Yeah,
that is the
except
media who did that. That's the media's
yeah,
fault for getting
Well,
there. But I'll
no,
tell
no,
you one
I'm
thing:
not.
imagine if he loses to San Jose State. That's not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
dude, if he
But
loses San Jose State, but even if he
the
doesn't,
defense is too good to not let them score.
well, yeah, but you've got Florida at 13 right there. Again, obviously Florida has only played a Pop Warner team from Long Island, but like the 13th ranked, if Florida stomps all over Texas, if Oklahoma, who was horrible last year and is still a ranked team, if they beat Texas, yes, it's an SEC match, but it's an SEC match with a team who couldn't buy 6 wins last year. So I don't know. To me, to call him, he's not done anything. You can't be generational without doing something.
don't you think
Like, I'm
it's like a?
sorry.
Don't you think it's a win-win for the? I mean, college football right now.
Well, yeah, but I'm not
Archie,
speaking about that. I
yeah.
get why they did it. I'm talking about this idea that generational talents are these people who are just super athletic, and that's what that means. No. Generational talent is somebody who
Yeah.
changes the game of football by breaking records, by winning games, by doing something different. And I mean, I guess first time we've seen the Warby Parker spokesman lose in a college football debut. So that's generational. But
Mhm.
no, I thought that it was an insane take. Only because it was clearly the wrong word. I don't know if he meant it on purpose or if he just didn't use the
Knowing
right
him, I
word.
think he would did, but
But it's like, and also not to defend him too much, but for some reason there's like this whole like weird race conversation that comes up every time
Oh,
he shows up. Like,
yeah,
guys,
yeah, exactly.
He said John Elway.
Yeah,
That
right.
was the first name out of his mouth. This is not because this was not a race thing. This was a stupid thing.
No,
You can be mad that it's stupid. Don't make it about race. Come
I
on.
think it's more. I think it's more than just that. There was always a thing of with Ryan Clark about
Oh,
racism and
yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
He
So that's
forever.
I'm talking about
I'm sorry,
this
Jose.
thing.
My bad.
well, yeah, no, you're good. I think about this conversation, but I think he's had an undertone, and everybody's just picking at it, especially
Which
with this bullshit.
fine.
After
I'm
the
just saying.
RG3
Yeah.
stuff from the summer,
Yeah.
All right.
especially, he is known
Oh
as
yeah.
you will put race in your argument first.
Mm-hmm.
He's the race
Sure.
guy.
But he didn't this time, and I'm like, don't add it for him.
I have a feeling before we get to week 18, we will have at least one Ryan Clark making a race story.
Oh, I'm sure of it. But I'm just saying, this was not it.
All right, let's switch to music though. Taylor, who? You know, Oasis, we talked about the big reunion last year. They were selling out stadiums in the UK. Now we have to find out, will they be able to transfer this over to the States? They had their first concerts in New Jersey, MetLife Stadium, right outside New York City. They sold out both shows. And just look how hyped the crowd is to see Oasis back for the first time in 17 years. And I think first time like touring in close to 20 in the United States. Look at this. Not him. We got this right here. Look how hyped everybody is. The guy Robbie Barstool said never seen anything like this in crowds in America. Look at this crowd. They literally get in this entire stadium jumping. $55,000 people. But yeah, there's that. Then obviously you guys know Wonderwall, the famous Wonderwall, probably their signature song.
Yeah.
This is right outside the stadium, right outside MetLife. Hear that from the turnpike.
That's
that
pretty
dude,
cool.
That dude Robbie Barstool's right. With the exception of Taylor Swift by default, not a lot of American crowds really get crazy like that anymore. A lot of people are on their phones and stuff like that. Like
yeah,
that,
I mean, they were definitely into it.
Exactly. The point is this band, they're peak in the 90s and they're getting people crazy now. And that's freaking awesome.
Well, you
It
don't
shows
think that
their impact.
might have something to do with it though, too, right? Like
that their breakup added to the hype. Sure.
No, that their fans were fans from the 90s, right? Like today's like
a lot
artists
of people do like them though, like the hipsters.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
yeah. But I'm just saying, like, you get to like a new pop star and everyone's on their phone during the concert. It's because the pop star themselves was born in like 2004. And so like all their fans were born in like 2010. You know what I mean? Or whatever. And so like whereas these are like adults. Like not to be dismissive of the Gen Zers, or sound like an old man at just 30, but like they have adult fans who paid a lot of money to go see a concert. Of course, they're going to pay attention to the concert. I think a lot of it has to do with that. Actually,
that's for sure. But I do think lots of generations. I know quite a few people who went it around our age.
Oh yeah,
when they broke up.
And
they broke up, we were in middle school, high school. So, yeah,
But
I mean that's cool.
you could hear
Go
it
Oasis.
from the turnpike. That's a fact. You can't fake that. That was loud. They had everybody singing that song. So,
yeah, and again, only really Taylor Swift can get people that excited, but also their fans are crazy. So,
well, yeah,
that's the one. That's probably the major reason why. But Oasis, who would have thought? And by the way, Philly just scored. Now it's not 21-17.
Ended up being a good game.
Yeah, so good stuff there. Oasis guys. And yeah, people really love them, clearly. So good stuff from them. I think they're only playing in Chicago and then LA, and that's going to be it for the North American cities.
No,
which is smart.
that's awesome. Like, oh well, you got 3 big cities. We'll go to those.
Yeah, essentially. I saw Sami Zayn went to that concert.
I believe it.
Mhm. Guys, I have some bad things to tell
Uh,
you right now. Right?
Uh-oh.
Even though I feel like you just talk to most people in your life, we have a very bad employment problem in the United States.
Mm.
For the first time since April 2021, here from Polymarket, the United States has more unemployed people than job openings. All right, first time in 4 years. I've heard lots of people of all different ages and generations got laid off. I'm in between jobs, stuff like that. Shit's not easy now, but that was a very eye-opening thing I saw, and I have to bring it up, guys. Where are the jobs? They took your job.
I mean, I'll let someone else
Give me
go
a
first.
job. Give me a job. I mean, I know obviously it's not a matter of right or wrong, but I mean, it just sucks.
Yeah.
But I mean, seriously, and you really feel it. And whatever a
Yeah.
politician tells you on online, on TV, or whatever, where the economy is as good as ever, nope. Like, just ask around people here in the Northeast. I know a lot of people going through it again, of all different ages, and it's nasty, man. It's really nasty there. So,
Yeah,
I mean, these
buy me the
politicians.
jobs. Sorry, God.
I was just saying these. You really have to, with this report especially, you gotta stop with the gaslighting. Which I know what me saying that is water is wet with politicians gaslighting, but you really everywhere. I feel all in my circle. Like 1 in 4 friends, I feel, are straight up unemployed. I really feel.
Yeah, I mean, a
You have
lot.
1 in 4 friends are
I
straight
mean,
up unemployed.
if I had to really think about it, and by friends I mean people I genuinely take the time to talk to, hang out with, and care about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do think so.
Jesus fucking Christ.
No, I don't. I don't think that's wrong. I mean, obviously, I live in a place where a bunch of jobs literally disappeared in a couple of months, and they're not coming back because they were eliminated because everybody here worked for a federal position. So for a while, we were kind of like a separate bubble because obviously those are very specific types of jobs. But it seems to have been like the prices of everything seem to have, since they've not gone down in any meaningful way, seem to have started costing people their jobs. To answer your question as to where the jobs are, it's a cost saving measure by companies to just make the people that they have work longer for the same money and then save money on the additional salary. And yeah, I mean, obviously there's some just the usual political gaslighting, as you pointed out. That's the water is wet. They did fire the person last month who told us that the jobs were not there. Remember, I don't know if we heard about. Remember that someone did a report for the Department of Labor. It's like, oh yeah, actually, a bunch of jobs are missing. And the response wasn't to say, wow, we're going to have to look into that and fix it. It was to call it a fake jobs report. And then they fired the lady who wrote it. And then that was that. That was the end of it. So unfortunately, some of this is, on the fact that we cared about the wrong shit. So now we just got to deal with it. Hope they come
And
back.
that's all we can really say. We have to deal with it and hope they come back.
I mean, it's gonna come back for Christmas.
The
And then
jobs. Why would the jobs come back for Christmas?
Because
No, I'm
So you're talking about
genuinely
seasonal
curious.
jobs?
What are you
And
talking?
then what
Yeah,
about after
exactly.
Christmas?
Everybody works at a Christmas tree farm from like November through
Yeah,
December,
exactly.
and then what?
Everybody got a job until the first week of January, and then you're all fucked after that.
I guess. I mean, honestly, that's probably gonna happen. You're
It's
gonna see
definitely
a
gonna
bunch
happen.
of people who like.
I
Usually,
got
it's a bunch
breaking
of
news
kids.
after.
Oh,
Legit breaking news, but
They found the jobs.
They were actually hidden under the carpet. So
no, this is for real. And Ryan, you could just add this into
yep.
the cat and the copy.
Yep.
Breaking news tweeted from Mike Tyson. Coming soon. It's official in 2026. We're
Oh,
going to have a
Jesus.
special exhibition. Mike Tyson versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. in a boxing match. I'm not kidding. This is real. I have it right here. As you guys can see from my phone. Coming soon, 2026. Straight from their accounts. How do we feel about this, guys? And don't forget our Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. We'll talk about that on Tuesday's tweet cap. Quick predictions there. But how about that, guys? We're getting Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson.
I can't
Just
wait
what
to
we
see.
were asking for.
I literally can't wait to see him in November so I can just ask him, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, should we take this seriously?
No.
Should we?
It's
I
gonna
mean,
happen.
it's gonna
So
be a
that's
big
it,
deal.
yeah.
It's
But
not.
like,
serious
or
enough.
do you don't think so? You
Who
don't
the-
think it'll
who the
get
fuck no, hell no, it's not gonna be a big deal.
even
No,
with a Netflix deal? If it happens, it
it's
doesn't say
not.
here, but
And no, it's because it's not. It's gonna be on Netflix. It's not. It's gonna be some Saudi bullshit, which is fine.
oh jeez,
Which
you
is
know how I
fine.
feel.
Yeah, but you know that's where who's paying for that shit? Nobody's gonna go watch that after that bullshit he did for Jake Paul. And then guess what?
That's not,
Where they're gonna meet? That means fucking Floyd Mayweather gotta fucking get up on weight. Now he's gonna have a fat Floyd Mayweather.
this
Great
is
job,
literally
people.
from Mike Tyson Promotions and Mayweather Promotions.
Yeah.
It says here it's signed. Legend versus Legend is what they're going to promote this as. Which
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Nobody's cramming to see fucking Tyson fight anymore after that shit. And when's the last time anybody gave a fuck who Floyd Mayweather fought?
exactly, it's not 2008
This is,
anymore.
I mean, nobody gives a shit.
Hey, maybe this is what they'll do at the White House.
Yeah, maybe.
No,
This will be the White House fight that Trump was promising us.
No, that's the UFC card, which is officially going to happen.
Okay. But anyway,
I'm being honest. It was
I heard
official.
you. I know you're being honest.
They announced it. They announced it that it will happen. They figured out how to
Right, you could
make
go
sure
to
the
it.
law.
But
Yeah,
even they
right?
figured it
Yeah.
out. The house is the same size, regardless of what year
Like
they
the
do
lo-
it.
like on the Great Lawn?
They're
Like, how
doing
do
it
they
on
do
the
that?
Great Lawn. They're doing
There
the
isn't
fight
a
in the
great lawn.
Or whatever.
So the problem they were having logistically was that the UFC cage, when they try to put it on the Great Lawn, it sinks the grass, so it made it uneven. So they
It is the
figured
Great
it out.
Lawn.
I think you're talking about.
Listen, they called it the Great Lawn. I just call it. I give two fucks. I didn't watch
Oh no,
it.
I'm not even trying to be a dick about it. I genuinely don't know where they're gonna put this thing.
They probably in the front fucking yard for all I give a
Exactly,
shit.
the yard.
The main question I'm trying to figure out is how the fuck people are gonna watch this shit live.
They
Like, they're gonna
can't.
have
Again, they
exactly.
can't. There's not enough room for all of this.
So for me, this is another bullshit like attempt to just bring the fucking UFC back up. So for me, it's whatever. But they figured it out and they announced it last week that
I mean, I
it's
guess the
going to happen.
ellipse. There might be room on the ellipse, which is across.
It says here the
House.
White House South Lawn will have the fight. It will be on July 4th, 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the South Lawn. So not the North Lawn or the
The
Great
South
Lawn,
Lawn.
whatever.
Yeah, the North Lawn is
And it says here Dana White confirmed the event, quote, "It's absolutely going to happen." So see, he said it's going to happen in the
Gonna
South
happen.
Lawn.
I mean, if that lawn is big enough to fit all those people too, then go for it.
I think it's just bare minimum. Everybody's just gonna have to pay to watch that shit, or hopefully that shit's on fucking Paramount Plus by that time.
They're gonna surround it with what's it called? Like just staffers, and then put it on TV.
I wish they had an official rendering though. I can't find one. I see this version of it.
So like the South. I mean, if you look at the South part of the White House, right? At least from the road, which in fairness, I'm sure it's bigger than it looks, but at least from the road, it's not like crazy big. Like, yeah, they land a helicopter there. So like it's big enough for a helicopter.
So you just don't
honestly,
think no patrons? They'll just put the
Yeah,
cage
yeah.
up, but
I mean,
no
yeah, you
patrons.
can physically put the cage down, yeah.
I
It's not
think
that
it's
small.
yeah.
The front
they're
yard
just-
is that small. The front
they're
yard
gonna-
can't even fit the cage,
You
probably.
know what's funny
I'm-
about that too, but I'll let you guys go and then I'll say one
No,
more point.
you
Then we'll
know
move
it's
to
funny.
something
I
else.
think everybody's everybody's picturing this shit in the front lawn of the fucking White House, and everybody gets to go. But realistically, I think they're gonna have it in the backyard and fucking treat it
Well, the
like one
back
of
lawn's
those.
actually the picture everybody has in their mind of the White House is of the back.
Okay, well that, and then they're thinking people are gonna be there when I think they're just gonna treat it one of those fucking like ESPN cards where like in an empty fucking room and you can hear
Mhm.
everybody fucking talking. I think that's what exactly is gonna happen. Everybody just fucking too stupid, well, UFC fans, they're fucking hillbillies, fucking thinking that oh god, guys, like, we gotta get over there. Fuck them and wait, cracker motherfuckers. Anyway, enough about them. But they just put this. They're blowing it up bigger than what it is.
Could be.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is actually a good transition to talk about some more UFC related content. The Rock, right? You know who he is. Dwayne Johnson, former WWE champion, now a Hollywood actor, a big deal Hollywood actor. Well, bro needs to tell us and show us that he can really act. He said himself that he was pigeonholed to only doing these action roles. Well, you know what? What's the next thing I can do? I will just do not a UFC, not a WWE movie, but a UFC movie where I'm fighting. Right? So he plays the former champion Mark Kerr. Was he champion?
Yes.
So former UFC champion, he played Mark Kerr in the Smashing Machine,
I don't
which
know
is
if
set to
I don't know if UFC but I know he was a Pride World Champion. He had to be a UFC champion. You're right, not my fault. Go ahead, continue.
Okay, cool. So he's going to be starring in The Smashing Machine. It's coming out Friday, October 3rd, 2025, the same day that Taylor Swift album's out. But the movie actually debuted for the first time in front of critics and some of the public at the Venice Film Festival. And The Rock got rave reviews for his role. They said he was phenomenal. They said he really established himself well in this film, and he's even getting some Oscar buzz. The film festival is still ongoing for the rest of the weekend. The movie is up for the Golden Lion. Right now, it has an 83% on Rotten Tomatoes out of 30 critics, which is actually really good. And yeah, The Rock might have found his breakthrough role as a serious actor, despite it.
You're funny.
I'm just telling you what the critics say. I think it's funny too. But the first thing I want to show you guys, and the main thing is The Rock, right? Always known to be this big, buff guy, right? Being a wrestler, obviously. Well, he was at the Venice Film Festival. His movie got a 15-minute ovation, but these film festivals give every movie an ovation. If anybody knows about the whole Megapolis crap, Francis Ford Coppola, they gave that movie a standing ovation. So I don't think that means anything. But the critics did like it. So, take that for what it's worth. And October 3rd, you could see it in theaters
But
everywhere.
nobody's saying the movie's good. They're saying The Rock did an amazing job.
Which is all that
Well, it
matters.
says here the film got an 83 on Rotten Tomatoes, so
Yeah,
somebody
but
said that.
what I'm saying is, I'm more
Generally
related to
favorable.
fucking. I really him more to the Brendan Fraser phenomenon when he had the whale.
I
Like
see
they were
where
like,
you're
"Oh,
going there.
this motherfucker's coming back." Oh, Brendan Fraser, where has he been? And he does the whale, and he's gone again. See you later.
It is kind of funny how that works, but I am presenting though. We do have to move on from Brendan Fraser. We can talk about that later. The
No, you're
Rock
good.
seemed to lost a lot of weight, according
He
to this
lost
picture
a
I'm
ton
showing
of
you.
weight.
See here,
Wonder
all his
why.
muscles gone. Yes, I wonder why. So first, there isn't a comment on why he lost so much weight, but let us break the ice.
I mean,
Do I have to say? I have to say it.
no,
Okay,
it's
The Rock
steroids,
as
obviously.
The Rock as a buff guy. Was The Rock on gear? Was The Rock
Yes.
roided up and he just stopped taking the roids and now he is losing weight like crazy?
I mean,
Yeah. Maybe not like I won't say as a young man he needed the roids necessarily, although he probably took them then too. But as an older guy to keep the physique that way, of course he was on steroids. Like I'd be shocked if he wasn't.
To be
He's
honest with
53
you,
years old.
yeah, but I mean,
You think
he's
that
not
was all him?
he's not natural, but I don't think he was on roids either.
Oh, what?
Or some type of
Yeah.
PED.
Oh, okay, so if you go that route,
Correct.
'cause
I'm using roids generically because I don't know anything about any of that.
because I use PED and I can tell you I bloom like muscular like fuck if I keep going like the way the Rock goes, fuck. But I think whatever he took, I personally think he took it like HGH or some type of form of HGH. I think that's how he bloomed up and got so big, and that's how he shrunk down so fast.
But also, it's like, can I, like, not for nothing, but he's 53 years old, as Matt pointed out. You can't be that big at
Yeah.
53 years old. That's dangerous. Someone was probably like,
Actually-
your heart's gonna blow up at 60 if you keep doing that, dude. You gotta, like, take it easy.
Yeah,
We've seen wrestlers, unfortunately, former
yeah.
wrestlers that happen to.
It depends on what you take. If you take a certain peptide, like Sermorelin or Testmorelin, there's other ones you take.
You can say whatever official
Yeah,
word
but
you
what
can
I'm
see, but I
saying
won't
it's
know.
not. It's not.
Listen,
it's like,
but I'm saying,
when we
like-
think of steroids, we're thinking like small balls and like big.
Yeah,
No, but hold on,
taking
hold on.
a shot in
I
your
don't
ass and
necessarily.
then you can
I'm not even
you
talking
look like
about
Barry
that.
Bonds.
I'm not even talking about that though, Jose. Like I'm saying, even if you somehow, even if that was all natural, at 53
Right.
years old, to be that size, to have your heart at 53 years old, especially for how big you've been your whole life, have to continue to push that much of you forward every
Yeah,
day,
but you also,
your
but you
heart
also
will explode.
I get what you're saying,
It
but
will explode.
you also realize that this is the fucking Rock, and he has doctors and like in beck and call
Right.
that's always going to check
And I
him.
bet you one of those doctors said, hey, you're 53 years old. If you don't need to be the size of a mountain, you might want to consider taking a break because it's going to
Come on,
increase
Ryan.
your heart health.
Oh, Ryan, if you're a fucking doctor, that's the last thing you want to get paid. So you're not saying that.
You want
You're
to
gonna
get
be
paid.
like, you're gonna be like, sure, Rock, Dwayne. Can I call you
No.
Dwayne?
Sure.
We're gonna,
Rock.
we're
Wanna know why?
gonna,
How
we're
many
gonna avoid
doctors
the
have we thrown
Chelseas.
in jail because someone we liked, a celebrity, died? Michael Jackson's doctor.
Well, you need to
freaking
stop. Not a lot of us
Chandler
like
Bing's
Michael Jackson.
doctor. I'm just saying, we throw doctors in jail if a celebrity dies. That's just a fact.
I
Yeah,
want to
but
switch
don't-
this really quick, though, besides getting skinny. The fact that The Rock is now going to be serious. He's not even The Rock. He's going to be Dwayne Johnson moving forward. He could be like, what? A nice...
You know
Oh,
what?
I should say first, before I even say that, do you think this is going to work? If the
Not-
reviews are there, but he can do a role that's not an athlete, will he pull off the transition once and for all? I am now an actor. I'm not a movie star.
Listen, Matt, I'm gonna be
No.
real. This is the same motherfucker that told me when he came back to WWE, I'm never leaving. And then the next week he gone. So anything that comes out that motherfucker's mouth, I'm not even gonna listen to it. So
That's fair, and he should expect that. I
And he-
mean, he's
and
going to have
Corey-
to win the film. He's going to have to win the film nerd's heart.
yeah,
It's not
and
going to be
let's see-
easy. The letterbox
and-
people like me.
And let's see his next.
Unfortunately.
I don't even know what's his next movie coming out, but whatever the fuck
The
that's
Scorsese movie he's allegedly in. Again,
Well-
a lot of Scorsese movies have been announced, but he's supposed to do a Scorsese movie
Yeah, but
based
is
in
that
Hawaii.
the next one out? Because I assume he done something before that.
I can look it up
didn't
real
start.
quick.
But
Oh,
what my point,
stupid
it all
game.
depends. It all depends on what he puts out. If he fucking put Jumanji 3 out, then you're fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be real honest.
I do think he's going to take a break from the whole Jumanji bit for a while. I think he's serious about doing different movies. I just don't believe that.
And as I mentioned, he talked about on the podium. I've been pigeonholed. I really want to show what I.
No
I
Alex.
feel like
shit.
he's been pigeonholed by account for him not being that
He was
good.
in
Isn't
San
it-
Andreas,
do you not-
Jumanji,
Yeah,
the
do you
Fast
not
and
find it weird?
Furious.
But do you not find it weird that it's not just The Rock, it's also
I'm gonna
fucking
lose all this weight.
Batista.
Yeah.
Like Batista shrunk the fuck down.
At least Batista truly, I'm done. I'm not coming back. You can at least somewhat
Guys,
respect that a little more.
But I can't stress enough the reason Batista got smaller and the reason The Rock got smaller is because
Well-
at their age, you can't be that big.
Well,
Your
I think-
heart, your body.
I've
won't
always
let
been, you
do
know
it.
how hard I go for Dave Batista, the actor.
Right.
Your
that
body won't let you
he
be
really could
that
act.
big, that
Oh,
long.
I don't get I don't mind that. It's just if they can hang after this. Like could John Cena hang as an actor? This like you can only do Peacemaker for so long. I do think Cena can act. I really think the promo work really can show you
Sure.
know how to do lines. You can get a crowd to have certain emotions. I think it's in them,
I think you
but it's
can't
all
take
about the role.
the problem is with seeing like just seeing that you can't take him seriously because of his roles. Like he
Well,
only
The
done
Rock's the same way.
action. No, but fucking Cena double downs on his
We could be a
like
comedy actor
when he's
still.
Cena does comedy,
I have the answer
he's
for The
talking
Rock
about
when you're done about what he's doing
yeah,
next.
Cena has talks about dicks and balls. Like you know
Which
what
is
I mean?
fine.
Which is totally fine, but I can't take you serious. Like I got fucking Rock. What's the biggest comedy he did? Fucking The Game Plan with a little girl. Let's
I
be honest.
remember that. Yeah.
Which
I saw it in
was
the
all
theater.
right. Was all right, cool, but you kind of forget that and you kind of move on.
Boston Rebels experience the heat.
Go ahead, Matt. Tell me what's the next movie.
So according to
Jumanji
this,
3.
no, you're gonna laugh. In 2026, Dwayne Johnson will portray Maui again in the live-action adaptation of Moana.
He's gonna get big for that again.
And then it says here in February 2025, Johnson was cast in a crime drama film directed by Martin Scorsese alongside Leonardo DiCaprio and Emily Blunt. Um,
Jeez.
the
Fucking
film will
shit.
the film will depict the mafia's influence in Hawaii, with Johnson portraying an aspiring mob boss's rise within the criminal underworld. Now, my
Fucking
only
you.
thing there,
Can
Scorsese
I say one
has
thing?
a million
You
projects at once, and he's older. So
you can fucking really assume fucking The Rock and Emily Blunt, whatever her name is, are fucking each other. God damn, how many fucking movies they done in the last 4 years? They done like
hey,
fucking
the evidence is there, bro.
God damn. I see him with Emily Blunt more than his wife. But
Well, they're coworkers,
but
so that happens. But anyway,
shit,
But yes, that's his next two movies.
you
Moana
realize hold on,
again,
that's his
Moana
coworker.
again is wild. To be
and
like, I'm
then
being serious right after I finish Moana.
I think he's really banking on the Scorsese movie. If or if not, it's getting filmed. The day the production actually starts is when you can take it seriously. Like Scorsese has like a Jesus movie allegedly coming out, a Sinatra biopic, another adaptation. There was this adaptation that Leo's involved in. It's like what's it like the Great Chicago Fair? There's this big fire. I think has anyone heard that? Does that ring a bell?
I mean, there's the Chicago Fire.
I think there may be something related to that. But
Right.
This is the most
anyways,
Italian filmography anyone's ever seen.
I mean Scorsese, but
I know,
bottom
it's
line
just-
is what I'm saying is he has to do it again, right? And you know what's also funny? Like Mark Kerr's peak of his career, this movie is taking place in the year 2000, right? The Rock was the
Mhm.
champion in 2000. So you're telling me the guy playing Mark Kerr is his age 25 years
The big
later.
bald. If you look at when he's crying, when The Rock's crying like a little bitch, that's Mark Kern next to him. They look like practically the fucking same age. They look identical, just a white version of The Rock.
Wait, in the actual trailer? I didn't
No,
even see it.
if you look
Oh,
at
oh.
Mark Kern,
Yes, the
when they were
makeup actually looks great.
the
They
fucking
do a good job there.
I'm not
But-
saying when The Rock was crying with 15 minutes of fucking fame. Like the guy next to them, him and Emily Blunt is Mark Kerr.
Oh, you're talking about the actual at the film
At the
festival.
event, yeah. That's him. They look practically.
They look identical. Jesus.
And he's just playing him 25 years. See, this is you when you're like what? 25, 26. But I reckon a movie's got a movie, but I just found that funny in terms of casting.
Dude, why didn't they get this dude to come and face The Rock?
Because this motherfucker was fucking roided out.
Which I mean, this movie does seem very cliche, I will say.
It's a fucking A24 movie. It's a fucking sad. Supposed to be some sad bullshit.
You low key gave away the ending in one of the shows. If you remember Jose, spoiler.
Well,
Well, you told it, Ryan, spoiler if you care in the audience. Well, you told us like his last major fight, he got his ass beat. So I assume that's how the movie's gonna end.
no, I think they're gonna talk about his. I don't think they're gonna go that far. They might talk about him coming back, but coming back and bullshit. like you know how the end they'll give you a little synopsis on what happened after the event. I think they're gonna.
A24 is not going to do that.
I
I'll
think
give
they're
you
gonna
the
talk about the.
typical where they at now.
Yeah. No,
I think
A24 is not going to do that.
I think they're gonna do some bullshit where they talk about him getting to the U.S. Like start his career off, went to the races, had that one bad fight, and he did have a UFC comeback. He came back after getting a fucking destroyed. After like a year after that, he was so fucked up and depressed and bullshit. He but he lost the UFC. He lost in the return fight. So I'm assuming that's the route they're gonna go.
Yeah, we don't have an
So-
official plot either. The official plot is the story of legendary mixed martial arts and UFC fighter Mark Kerr. But I will say an
Yeah.
86 on IMDb is pretty great. That's a really
I
great
will-
number.
I will say just, and I've not worked on the film. I don't know how it's going to
Mhm.
end. But August 27th, 2000, he beat Igor Borisov at Pride 10 Return of the Warriors. I don't know anything about his story. I don't even know who Igor Borisov is, but that was his last win, was August 27th, 2000.
Mhm.
Every fight he had after that
Stupid.
point was a loss. So,
But
if they're looking for not him losing in the end, the movie will end on August 27th, 2000. Because he did not
what
win
was
another
his-
fight.
Will you watch that fight right after? By the way, you know this is also based on a 2002 HBO documentary.
Oh, you want me to watch
Mhm.
the fight between him and Borisov?
I mean, you could do it if you wanted. It's not any like show
Yeah,
work. I'm
fuck
just
that. Just
curious.
watch the goddamn documentary and get it over with.
So
You get
I just
this-
want to quickly read the documentary. This is based on HBO. By the way,
Yeah.
not available on Max. So according to my app, it's not available anywhere. You have to really find it. Maybe on Amazon. It says here an unflinching look at the life and story of Mark Kerr between 1999 and 2001. An intelligent, articulate, and emotionally vulnerable athlete considered by many at the time to be the most dominant ultimate fighter in the world. A former Olympic athlete, Kerr easily dominated all his opponents, earning the nickname the Smashing Machine. With the promise of big money and the euphoria of early victories, Kerr must battle his injuries and inner fears. The shock of these fights takes a heavy toll on his body and mind, and Kerr attempts to overcome these physical and psychological traumas by turning to painkillers. Kerr's addiction is shown in its raw form, with the camera capturing him desperately soliciting drugs from friends and staff and injecting painkillers into his veins. His shocking defeat to Fajita in Japan shows us a story that is sometimes difficult and heartbreaking to watch. So I assume that's the plot of the movie.
Probably.
That's the
Speaking of
person who
Fujita.
sell.
Amazon,
You said Fujita was the guy, Fujita or whatever?
Yeah,
Fujita.
his shocking defeat to Fushita in Japan shows us a story that is sometimes difficult and heartbreaking to watch.
All right. Ready? Yeah.
That's how it
That
ends.
is
August
that-
27th.
No, that's May 1st. That's the fight before the fight he wins. So that's the penultimate moment. He loses to this dude. He makes his recovery. He does it clean. He beats Igor Borisov by submission. August 27th, 2000, end film.
That's
do I
boring,
get when
but
I win?
whatever.
Tell me in
And
the
is it-
comments if I'm wrong, but I'm not.
on the side note, are we gonna talk about the Amazon bullshit that's going on?
Well, I
What
wouldn't
do
know
they
about
do?
it, so.
Also, this is
Briefly
gonna be
heard something.
there's gonna be a big class action lawsuit against Amazon.
By whom?
Wait, I heard
By
about it
the
with the
peop-
film industry. Is it relating to the film movies?
So basically, so when you purchase a movie on Amazon, right?
Oh yeah, I know this story. Yeah, I heard about it.
You don't own the rights to the movie, so they could just take it away at any fucking time. But they never
Exactly.
tell you that. So now, now there's gonna
So,
be a
am
whole
I
thing
entitled to some money?
So supposedly that's gonna be a big thing. That everybody's gonna sue Amazon because some fucking Karen bought a Disney movie for a child and try to the next day after she spent the 20 something dollars, it was discontinued and they took it away from her. And then when she complained, they told her that's part of like the fine print, like you don't own it. So in the back of your mind, you're thinking you're paying $24.99 or whenever a new movie comes out.
Mm-hmm.
You own it, you don't own it. They can take it away at any time.
It says
when they
on the
want to.
screen, buy to own.
Well,
they lie.
that's why
That's why they're going to lose the lawsuit.
why
Someone
they're
get
going
me
to
the
Amazon.
number. I want in. I
Give 'em
bought
on the
movies
hot-
from them.
So now they're gonna have the big lawsuit, and now Amazon has to change the way they word things and blah blah blah. So now people are like, now the big story is, hey, are you gonna, now that you know this, are you gonna still buy digital?
Probably, but I want my $1 million first.
Well, there you go. Well, let me know how that goes.
It's
I'm
probably
gonna
gonna be
look it up.
$20 each.
Nah, I don't want
Everybody
it for
gets
20.
that.
Nah, you probably get like a couple $100
A couple
realistically.
hundred. I mean, that's
Nah.
Then
better than
you also
20.
gotta look at
Listen, you
gotta-
give me 5K, I'm in. 5K or up, I'm
I
in.
think honestly, I think you go by they obviously can see when you fucking last purchased movies from Amazon. So I assume you can calculate all your Amazon purchases.
No, I just
And
meant
you,
one, so we can't do that. It needs to be equal or I'm not in.
well,
I'm flipping to the other side.
I see that.
All
Well,
right, but regardless, though, that's all the stuff with Smashing Machine, Amazon. We'll definitely have to watch that the first weekend of October. That'd be a fun
Yeah.
thing to talk about.
Agreed.
But ultimately, last thing, it's a 2-hour movie. I see at 123.
Love that.
Are you excited though? Ultimately, do you think this will be the Rock shining moment? Until it's not.
You know what? Yeah,
oh,
actually, I
come
do.
on, Ryan.
Like, do you think? Can you see a world where Dwayne Johnson gets an Oscar nomination? Again,
No.
we'll have to
See that.
revisit this in a month when you actually
Yeah.
see the performance. But will the Academy actually give The Rock
No.
an Oscar nomination?
No.
Matt,
They won't.
No, they will. Come on, what fucking movies? Been any good movies out?
This is turning out to be a big film Oscar season. I will say that these last few years, like the whole decade's been trash. But this is,
Yeah.
we got Paul Thomas Anderson, we got the Safdie. Well, the two Safdies going against each other here. We got a lot of good stuff coming up.
Yeah, yes, it'll be his crowning achievement because this is a real role in a real movie, and I think he'll do fine. I think he's done fine. I'm sure people will enjoy the movie. I don't think he's going to win or even get nominated for an Oscar for it, but I do think that this will be a crowning achievement for him to put up there. Because, like, when I think of The Rock and you think of the movies, like, the most serious quote unquote movie I've seen The Rock in was Gridiron Gang, and that was like the second movie he made.
I do remember
So it's
that.
like,
Another athlete movie too.
yes, another
sports
athlete
movies.
movie. Yeah. So it's like, and that's the only other like quasi-serious movie I've seen him in. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I genuinely do think that this is going to be a career high for The Rock because he's finally doing a movie that it's not action adventure and all that, but I don't think it's going to be an Oscar-winning movie.
I hear that. I hear that. Okay, so we'll see what happens then. But I do want to talk about Mr. T and his daughter, who's a stand-up comedian who went viral. It is wrestling related. So, Jose, I want to know if you heard this story or not. You seem to know every story that ever happened with wrestling. So tell me if you heard this story and if you believe it. So let's see Mr. T's daughter telling this story about her father and his appearance at the very first WrestleMania. Bit long, but it's gonna be worth it, I promise.
Can't wait.
My dad is Mr. T. Yeah, Mohawk culture. Most people think I'm lying when I say that, but I'm like, why would I pick him? Like, who the fuck is lying about Mr. T, right? And I grew
love
up in the
Mr. T.
80s and 90s, so either everyone believed me or no one believed me. Like, there was no in between. I grew up in a very wealthy neighborhood, so everybody believed me there because they were like, why the fuck else is your black ass here, right? Like, when I was a kid, we lived on the south side of Chicago, and like, I get it. Like, I'm a black girl at an all-black school, and I'm trying to explain to my friends that the reason why they've never seen my dad before is because he's doing WrestleMania with Hulk Hogan, right? Like, everybody was like, shut the fuck up, Erica, right? And those were the teachers, right? So, I got this complex, and this is for real. My friends will tell you, or like people I meet. If I'm on stage, I'll talk about my dad, but I never tell people like who my dad is or like stuff I've seen because no one ever believes me, and they like really don't. Like, I will give you an example, like, because like when I was in kindergarten, first grade, like kids kind of like ostracized me and wouldn't talk to me because I was like little lion ass Erica, you know, like they didn't believe me. And so this one weekend, all right, I'm gonna tell you guys this, don't tell anybody the story, but this one weekend went to this WrestleMania event with my dad, and he was partners with Hulk Hogan, right? And my dad, it was the first time I was seeing wrestling live, right? So my dad's like, don't worry about it. It's fake. He's telling me, I have a sister who's 8 years older than me. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. It's all fake, whatever, blah, blah. And he's in this wrestling match with this guy named Roddy Piper. Do you guys know who that is? Okay. And it's another dude or whatever, right? So my dad gets into the ring and immediately Roddy Piper flips my dad in a way and he cracks my dad's ribs, right? So my dad has to go to the emergency room, right? So me and my sister are crying, whatever. They take my dad to the ER. They bring him back to, he comes back to the hotel room. He's all bandaged up. And like Hulk Hogan's in our hotel room and Hulk Hogan's doing like lines of cocaine, right? And he still has the yellow shorts on, right? And he's like, gee, I'm gonna fuck him up when I see, I swear to God, I'm gonna fuck him up. And my dad's just like, oh God, my ribs hurt so badly, right? And then there's a knock at the door, and it was Roddy Piper, right? And he goes, AT, I'm real sorry about what happened. And Hulk Hogan's like, fuck that, and grabs Roddy Piper and brings him into the hotel room, throws him against the wall, smashes the mirror. They're beating him. My dad's trying to break it up. Hulk Hogan's wife, Linda's there, and she's like, Terry, stop, right? And I'm like, wow, I didn't know that was his name, right? So, and my mom is trying to make my dad stop, and they're just beating, and all this stuff is flipped over and shit like that. Me and my sister are crying, and then we get on a plane. We come back to Chicago. I go to class. We're sitting in a sharing circle, and the teacher's like, what'd you do this weekend? And I was like, not a fucking thing. All right, I was Erica Clark. Thanks.
So, what do you think about that story?
I believe it.
I think it obviously it's been embellished a little bit.
Well, sure, yeah, but I think the overall premise of Roddy Piper and Hulk Hogan got in a fight while Hulk was, keyed up on coke in front of Mr. T is probably true.
I believe the coach. I don't know about that. I see that though. Like Hogan was gonna beat up Piper. Hogan's would have fucking said something, or Piper would have mentioned something. Hogan would
Well,
not.
I'm not saying it was like a full beat up. I'm sure like he probably grabbed him and was like, "You can't touch
Like-
my friend T, brother," and you know what I mean, something like that. Like I'm sure there was some sort of altercation while Hulk Hogan was.
I think they
high.
just had fucking.
I believe there was an altercation over Mr. T while Hulk Hogan was high. Did they slam into mirrors and all that? I have no idea.
Yeah, I doubt that part. But the Coke story, I can believe. I can
Terry,
believe.
no, didn't even know that was his name. That's pretty.
I
Yeah.
just thought it was also just a really good stand-up act.
Yeah.
All right,
We
let's
should
get to
ask
the
Linda.
let's get to our question of the day. I'm gonna ask a very pop culture one. I was watching The Water Boy just for fun.
Yeah.
This week, and I was like, man, Vicky Valancourt's such an awesome character, and I was thinking like, Adam Sandler really has this character type. The girl that Adam Sandler's with. Like, what is Adam Sandler problem? His wife is too hot in every movie. So I was thinking, who are your favorite Adam Sandler leading ladies, if you will? Or who's your favorite character? Vicky Valcourt has to be number one. She's hilarious. She's quotable. She's badass. And, I've never seen her in anything else. But I'm just curious.
Who even plays her? Like, what is that actress's name?
But nothing beats. Do you know when Mama Kathy Bates, Oscar winner Kathy Bates,
That's right.
legend,
That's we forget.
and she said, first of all, the best line is, "Hey, Bobby, did they ever find the gorilla who punched you who escaped the zoo and punched you in the eye?" And she delivers it so good. She delivers it so well, like so convincing. And she said, "No, Mom, their search continues." By the way, if you know the Water Boy, obviously a little slow, but then becomes an all-American Heisman Trophy winning linebacker. But anyways, also just the other funny part, she was just doing anything he could for them to break up and her to be unattracted to him. And she's just like, so what'd she say? She says, "So do you know my son has pajamas by a guy with a guy on them named Deputy Dog?" She's like, "I find Deputy Dog really, really sexy." I was just like, that got 6-year-old me tingled up. And then that also when she's like, his feet stink, he got to wear 2 pairs. She's like, well, a man's feet is supposed to stink. And I was like, this is just, first of all, this is the dream girl scenario for someone to like you that much. And 2, there's that meme where he's taking like an entry exam for college. She's like, "You want me to kill them?" With the poster, if you remember.
Yes, yes. And
Again,
he's like,
she's just everything. Everything. We love Vicky Valancourt. What an iconic name. What are
I
some
mean,
other ones?
it is a good name. Obviously, Drew Barrymore in 51st Dates. That's actually a romance. That's actually meant to be romantic. So that one's a pretty good one.
That's the
Um,
perfect. Now that's the perfect girl.
So Drew Barrymore, 51st Dates.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
tomorrow she won't remember,
Oh.
and I can go cheat,
yeah, well,
and I
okay.
can do my thing, and then come back and do the same shit when I'm done.
Moving on from Jose.
Okay.
Jose. The lady from God, I definitely don't know the actress's name. I'm gonna try and remember the character name. But from Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Are you talking about the girl who played Sloane? No, that's
No.
actually one I've never seen.
Dahlia. She's the owns the hairdresser. So like she owns the
Yeah, yeah,
she's the
Sloane. You're
stylist.
talking about this Sloane
Yeah,
from
Sloan.
Entourage.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
I
what
happen
I'm.
to know
I
she's
don't
in
know
that
her from.
movie.
Okay, I don't know that. I've never seen her in anything else either. I just looked her up. Aminuela Chiriki.
You know, I gotta watch this movie. I've never seen it before.
Dude, I laugh every time. It's always so funny to me. But yeah, she owns the hair salon and hires them, and they kind of become a thing that turns out that John Turturro, who is the bad guy, uh, is
By the
he
way,
is her brother.
Italian dude playing in Arabic.
Well, yeah, I mean that whole but in general, yeah. So I would say I'll get very attractive. I think she's got a little bit more independence than a lot of her
Contemporaries.
than some of her contemporaries. Although they're always fairly independent, but she kind of reminds me both in terms of her background and her characterization of like when he got older and started giving himself wives instead of love interests.
Yeah.
Um
I feel like Penelope, what's her name? Penelope Cruz, not Penelope
yeah, yeah.
Cruz.
But I
Fuck,
know who you're
Salma
talking
Hayek
English.
was the
about.
last one.
Selma Hayek,
From
yeah, and
from
like and
Grown
she
Ups.
right, so she's giving Selma Hayek from Grown Ups, but years earlier. So I like her. Those are probably my top two. Not obviously Vicky Valancourt, but yeah. Also, what the heck
Yeah.
is the name of Drew Barrymore's character in that freaking movie?
Top two is Sam Hayek and fucking Kate Beckinsale.
From Click.
Yeah, because if you could, I could be gone for like mad hours in fucking Bed Bath and Beyond, and she's okay with it. She'd keep her.
Lucy. Sorry, Lucy and Dahlia,
I
and
mean, we're
then
not
Vicky
talking about also
Valancourt.
the OG, Veronica Vaughn. That Veronica Vaughn is one hot stuff. Remember Chris Farley said that? From Billy Madison.
Yeah, but
Oh,
she, I
I mean,
love.
yeah, Billy
What do you mean?
Madison.
Yeah, that's the OG one. Veronica Vaughn.
I
I'm not
don't think
into
that
blondes.
the love story or whatever. I don't think the romance in that one is as good as in any of the
And
other
how
ones.
about Julie Bowen in Happy Gilmore and for
Yes.
2 seconds in Happy Gilmore 2?
No, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. I'll give you that.
I
Actually, what's her name in Big
Winona
Daddy?
Ryder,
Always good.
Winona
Tia
Ryder
Leone.
from Mr. Deeds.
Oh yeah, I loved her. But she um who's another one I liked?
Let me see if I can find her now. The name of the
I think
character.
those are the one like the hit the real OG.
Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, duh.
Well, yeah, but that's
Yeah,
like
but that's like not good.
I don't think that counts. Yeah,
Exactly. That's just boring.
That's like real life. In real life, they're a fun
Also,
pair,
Jessica, what's that? Jessica Biel in I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. Which, by the way, it's still nuts that they actually made that movie. I'm gonna pretend to be gay.
She
For
actually,
that.
she actually turns me the fuck off ever since she got married to fucking Justin Timberlake.
Oh,
Mhm.
hardy heart. All right, the next question. Another question of the day, then we'll end it with our nuclear opinion. What makes a date instantly fun for you? Like, when are you? And I think this can apply to both first dates, dates with somebody, a wife date, or that. Like,
I'll give you two different answers on that if we're gonna do that.
all right,
I have the same answer, so I'll just go first. I think
Go ahead.
laughter. I think if you're
As long as you
laughing and
laugh.
if they're laughing, you're having a good date.
Hmm.
Well, don't you think so? What about if you're nervous laughing?
Well,
Uh,
I mean, yeah,
It's
if you laugh uncontrollably for no reason, maybe that's a bad date. I'm kind of assuming that you've said something funny. So if you tell a story or hear a story and you laugh or they laugh, then that means you've had a good date. I will add that, yes, because you can't just like nervously giggle as you sit down and then it's creepy. Fine, I'll give you that. But I'm talking about a real laugh as part of the date.
I'm more or less on the part where you can mentally let your guard down is when the date becomes fun. Because in the first, like when you meet someone, like the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you're wondering that what does she think? What does she do? What is she likes? All this other bullshit. So you're in your mind, you're just racing with other bullshit and to the point where like, oh, I gotta act. Then you start thinking these thoughts that I gotta be like this way or that way. The minute you let that all go and just have fun with that, you could literally just have fun because then you literally don't give a shit. You don't care if she's happy. I mean, you don't care. You guys are vibing and just continue from there.
Mhm.
So at that moment is when the date is fun because you literally all the pressure's off. Because like, well, Ryan hasn't been on a first date in 20 years.
Not
So,
20
but
years, but yeah, it's been a minute.
it's just when you go, Matt might know. It's like when you go meet this person, you say, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Matt." Blah blah blah. But in the back of your mind, you're also thinking, "Is she attracted to me? What does she think of me? What is she thinking?" You're running all these scenarios in your mind. The minute once you get past all that is when the like, you know what? You're just me and another person. You're going to do this or that or whatever, and you just let it go. And once you let it go, that's when it becomes fun.
mm-hmm.
And if and the best part, if I already know the person and I'm on a date or whatever, is when she pays the bill. Then I know it's fun. That I have to pay. There's the answers.
I think I'm most fun in the next 5 minutes is gonna establish it or not. If I sit down, we laugh, there's banter, but also legit flirtation, legit interest being established, then I am comfortable the rest of the time. And if it's not
Yeah,
there, then well, you hope that
you. I
it's not that
mean,
expensive at that point.
that is very true. You'll know in 5 minutes just by the how she acting. It's like when you kind of realize you have this flow when you're on the dating app, and then from the dating app it continues on through texting, and then eventually you have that phone call. You'll start to notice if it continuously flows the same route. When you meet in person, within the 5 minutes, you'll know off the rip if that flow
Yeah.
is still continuing. And if it's there, then Matt's right. You can just literally just be like, oh, it's like I knew you forever type bullshit. You just kind of, it's that comfort and kind of get used to that kind of thing. Or if you kind of have like first 5 minutes is awkward conversation, and you're just looking at each other, or you notice that she's on her phone, then you kind of know this is dead it real fast.
Oh yeah, phones are always, especially if you don't know them that well, that's always a bad sign. I'll
Oh
give you
Yeah.
that. It's
yes.
like without a
Yeah.
question, that's a bad sign. Even I know that.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, let's end this off with the nuclear opinion of the day. Once and for all, we will establish our hot takes, what we want to talk about with society. So, right now, let's end it with your nuclear opinion on this world of ours. Ryan, why don't we start with you?
Hmm. Nuclear opinion. I mean, I'm trying to remember the ones that I've already done, but I do think we've talked about this on the show generically, if not actually as a nuclear opinion, but there's like a weird obsession with going viral. Like we watch some really weird clips on here of
Mm-hmm.
people who are just trying to get viral. They'll do whatever it takes. And Virginia is, for those of you who don't know where I live, there was that kid who got attacked for trying to go viral. And I'm just like, why? So that's my nuclear opinion based on that is that going viral is like this weird obsession that's really no better than like gladiator fights for us to watch. Like we all watch, we all enjoy, but it's like a blood sport. We're not actually interested in these people. We're interested in whether or not like somebody else at them or whether or not they upset somebody in the process. And it's real bad. I feel like that it makes the content worse and it makes the people who make the content worse. So that's my nuclear take is that we are all enabling these viral pranksters like Bloodsport.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. What would is your what would so don't encourage dumb acts for don't encourage bad situations for virality.
Yeah, just in general. Like I don't and it's not a problem of making content. You can certainly make content. We do it.
Mhm.
But like make content that you're actually proud of and you're proud of it.
Show your talent.
Right, but and also like you're proud of not because it bought you a Ferrari, right? Like you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'd love to buy myself a fancy car. I'm just saying, like, if the only value that you can derive from what you've done with your entire life is you got enough people to rage click on your video to buy yourself something nice, that's so sad. And for us, the people who are not making the content, just don't engage with the stupid this stuff. Like when you're like, this is stupid, I want to tell them. Don't tell them. Because when you tell them, guess what? They get paid. If you don't tell them, they don't get paid. So that's the two sides to that coin. People should make better stuff, and people who see stuff that is just clearly meant to make you mad, don't let it because that's literally why it's there.
Mm-hmm. All right, good one there. Good one. Jose, what's your nuclear opinion?
Fat people at the gym. I hate when fat people when there's one machine and they're on their stinking cell phones looking at fucking McDonald's commercials while I'm patient waiting for 20 minutes to get on that same machine. So
Whether they're fat, skinny, muscular, all those
What if
people
you
like
bought
that for
them?
sure.
What if you bought them some McDonald's and then they would
Ha!
leave?
I could do that, but then that means I have to leave the gym
Well, you're not
to
on the
do it.
machine anyway, right? So,
Well, someone I'm in line for the machine, Ryan. I
well, who's
have
gonna
one.
come and take it? Just buy two McDoubles and you give them to
Listen,
everybody in line.
I'm at Planet Fitness, Ryan. There's 1,000 cheap motherfuckers that will want the same machine. They give two shits. I'm just saying.
I
It's usually
guess.
a fat person on their cell phone looking at a fucking McDonald's commercial.
I find that hard to believe that every time it's the same exact scenario. Fat person, cell phone, McDonald's commercial in particular is probably the part that I find most unlikely.
Well,
All right.
I'd like to see you go to Planet Fitness, Ryan, and tell me.
Maybe I will. I'll investigate.
Here's
Hey.
my nuclear opinion, and I'm gonna risk it, but it's true.
Uh-oh.
You people loving your sushi, and I'm specifically referring to raw fish, not
Mhm.
tempura rolls. I go to a sushi restaurant, eat a tempura roll, but I've had this tuna casserole, tuna roll, California roll, rainbow roll. It's the most overrated food in the world. Sushi is literally raw fish. It's giving you too much mercury. It's amazing. I don't care if you have your soy sauce and your chopsticks and your rice. Sushi is trash. It's overrated, and people have to stop being obsessed with it. It just because it
Yo,
looks pretty doesn't mean it's good. Like, how can you tell me you are filled with this meal? How can you tell me this tastes satisfying? It's as bougie as it gets, and it's not that impressive. Insanely overrated.
Okay. I mean,
I'm kind of right with the silence. I don't have. I mean, what?
no. I mean, so I'm not.
Exactly.
Hold on. So I wouldn't say I'm obsessed with sushi. I barely, until recently, ever even had sushi. And I also do agree with you that it is, in some ways, more or less like, oh, look at me, I go to a sushi place, right? Like
Yeah, right.
you know that person. There's that person, and that person's less popular now as sushi has gotten more popular. But like when we were kids, or like not kids, but we were like high school and college especially, like, oh, I have sushi was supposed to be like this flex. And it's not a flex, it's just food. That being said, I've had some very good sushi in the past year. And again, I never had it before. This is all new to me. I had, friends and family who are like, "Oh, you got to try sushi. Come to this place. It's good." So on and so forth. And I've tried it a few times, and I've actually quite enjoyed, not all of it. Some of it, I'm like, that's not for me. But I've enjoyed a lot of it. So I disagree with the idea that it's bad. I think it tastes good, a lot of it. I just do agree that there was at one point at least a weird like fanciness that people tried to give sushi that I mean it's just uncooked fish, guys.
Almost
It's
like
not
a
that hard.
bad.
Yeah, it's like a way to be like I do this fancy thing. And in terms of the filling, I don't know, like I've only gone in large groups and we ordered a ton. And so like I personally didn't feel I quite enjoyed that I felt full without feeling at all stuffed. But that was like we were ordering a lot for like a lot of people and just kind of people would grab what they wanted and like that was that. So like I've never had like those like a little box of sushi just for me. I have to imagine because I'm a big dude that I would be like, well, that was good, but this was not enough food for me. So I think I don't have never had the experience, but I would not be surprised if you're right that sushi is a hard one to get filled up on or full up on.
There you go.
I totally disagree. I never even knew that sushi was a flex. Jeez.
I don't think it ever actually was. I'm talking about when we were younger, people
Oh,
treated it like a flex.
oh well. I love sushi. Ronnie, I mean Matt, you're fucking bugging.
But
Hmm.
Crazy.
Not
And
for me, bro.
you
Not
do
for
get
me.
full. You do get full. I mean, it looks small, like when you look at it, but you do get full.
that's what I mean. I've never not been full, but we did order so much food that
Right,
I don't want to use my limited experiences as an overarching benchmark. But
right. You don't like fish or anything like that, Matt?
Not a seafood person. I
Oh,
love
see, there you go.
calam.
You
well,
Listen, man,
that's
I tried
tough.
that. I like
That is tough
calamari. I
though.
like shrimp. I like clam strips.
Well, yeah, fried. Those are fried though. Most
yeah,
things
those are
Exactly,
fried
fried
shit.
food. But no,
fried
I'm
fish.
not.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
that
do you
could be a
like
nuclear.
shrimp
That could.
cocktail?
I will say no. I could. I will say I could do a nuclear opinion on seafood obsession, but I can't think of a coherent way because I haven't tried enough, so I can't
Seafood's
really say
so
that.
good for you. Stunning.
I mean, not
Stunning.
when you fry it. I would
Well, obviously
stipulate
not when you're
that.
fighting, not if you do
Uh,
the Matt Brown way of doing things. No.
but
I don't care
sushi is
about no
actually very
tuna,
good
no
for you.
haddock or whatever.
Yeah, sushi is actually very
Bluefish.
good for you because it is a much
Yeah.
less. It's much less
Healthy
in terms of
fats, mad protein.
yeah.
That's everything you need.
Well, that's why the cows and the chickens are available.
Well, no, it's great. I'm with you. I love myself some chicken, but
I'm saying when I go to the seafood restaurant, I do have what's ironic is my favorite food in the world is calamari, and it is a
that's fun.
seafood.
Yeah.
That is what's ironic, but
If
I
you
don't eat
fry
a
me
lot of
shrimp, it's the
seafood.
best thing in the world. Other than that, couldn't care less. I love that.
Essentially. But either way, Ryan and Jose did a great job. You did a great job listening. We'll see you on Monday with a recap of week 1 of the NFL season and week 2 of the college football season. Tweet Cap is back here Tuesday, following a sports show Thursday, and then Friday, another Tweet Cap. All the love, everybody. We'll see you real soon. Have a great weekend.
See ya.